On today's show, it's a big one right here from TTR Studios, broadcasting for the first time in two different places. Good morning, OWOG. Good morning, our typical social media lounge, which has now doubled in size, if not quadrupled. So here's the deal. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook, live in the One Wheel Owners Group, pinned to the top if we are doing it right. And we're excited to do it because we've got Shaun Smith. That's how you know him on Facebook. He goes by Ryan Smith, not Ryan McCullough. He is the owner of Carbon Smith, the Carbon Shield. These bumpers are crazy. I have been giddy about trying them out because now you can butter on your one wheel. And if you don't know what buttering is, where the fuck have you been? Let's go!
What's up, everybody? This is JB from One Wheel With Me.
I'm Amanda Thompson with the New England One Wheel Network.
This is Jeff Mccosker from the Float Life.
Hey, I'm Jamie.
This is Chris Richardson with TTR Studios, and you're listening to
The Voice.
The Voice.
Hey there, this is Rachel Cecil, freestyle champion at Float Life Fest 2, and you're listening to The Voice of Onewheel.
Welcome back, folks. Let's do the damn thing. Sitting across from the man, the myth, the legend. He is playing hurt, but he's always here. His name is Belly Matt LaBelle, and he joins us now.
Hello. It's good to be here. Well, welcome all.
Welcome, dude. Listen, plantar fasciitis is for real, and you can't ride and float with that.
Nope.
We got to get you healed up.
Yep. Tendonitis of the foot.
Didn't stop him. He was up. He was ready to go. He strolled into the studio with a baseball bat for a cane. Where is that bat? Can you show the people?
It's way back here.
This guy's struggling, man, and I appreciate you guys don't realize
This is my cane.
the dedication. You guys remember the Easton baseball bats?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, too
Softball
good.
bat right here.
Too good. So we've got a lot to do today. Let's not waste any more time getting to him. His name is Ryan Smith. He joins us on the Voice of One Wheel. Ryan, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Oh, dude, we're so glad to have you. We're doing great, and it's a fun one today. We've got a lot of new listeners in the OWOG. Now, for anybody who's new to the show, this is basically, if you're an old listener, if you're a diehard, an OG, if you will, this is how radio goes. You're always introducing new listeners. So you kind of have to redo some backstory things. So if you're new to the show and you're now watching, it's basically like we've been added to a new network. We're now on the OWOG group, and that's fun. That's phenomenal. It's a lot of new riders in there. So if you're just catching us, this is the Voice of One Wheel from TTR Studios. This is Luch. My name is Luch. I go by Luch Dog. This is Belly across the way. His actual name in the groups is Matt LaBelle. Mine is Adam Carluccio. And of course, we're now joined by, every week we have a new guest. We have new things to talk about. This is Ryan Smith. Dude, what is your deal, man? Because you have just made a product that I have never been more confused about.
I guarantee you're not the only person that's confused about it.
I don't know how I feel about this thing, and my whole thing is like, you guys, look, if you want to send me something and you want to come on the show, I am an inclusive host. We here at TTR Studios are very inclusive. Belly is the voice of the social media lounge, and you can see right there, anybody chatting in, you should be able to see it either chatting through Facebook or YouTube. Right now, it looks like we're just getting YouTube, but good morning, Social Media Lounge. What are we serving in the Social Media Lounge today?
Social Media Lounge today is a big buffet because there's so many people. We had to, truck it all in.
I love it.
So, but it's a buffet with all kinds of options on there and an omelet bar right on the left side.
Ryan, how do you get your omelet?
I usually do a Denver omelet. I mean, of course, I live in Denver, so you got to have a Denver omelet when you live in Denver.
So you got to tell us, East Coast peeps.
Yeah, I'm like, what's
in a Denver omelet?
What's a Denver omelet?
So normally it's going to be ham, green peppers, onions, cheese. Usually I add bacon if I can get it, and occasionally mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So quick from the Fat Daddies before we get started. The Fat Daddies would like to send healing powers to its very own Dustin Foster, creator of the Send system and the Flight Fin and extender blocks coming soon. Fat Daddies also pray for the quick healing of fellow injured pros all over the globe. Heal up, you guys. We're thinking about you. Stay fat. So, Ryan, the reason that I say that I'm confused is because at first, Belly, I don't know how I feel about this product, because at first I was like, ooh, I don't like that at all. And then I was like, wait, but that was really fun. Wait, now that I'm used to what I'm expecting, wait, this is really fun. So can we just tell everybody, what did you send me? Can you explain to them what you sent me, and then we'll show them pictures? But can you explain it to them first? Because this is half a radio show. You can get the podcast anywhere that you can get podcasts. Just search for The Voice of Onewheel, but it's also television right here on YouTube. So tell us what you sent me.
So I sent you basically a front and rear bumper setup that has all the bells and whistles, all the features that I put on my board that I've been riding. And what that has is wheels in the front. The wheels obviously are fun to ride on. They're, there in case you fall on your face. For me, it was also a way to carry around the board. Because when I used my board, I used it at the racetrack as a pit vehicle. So I had to go all over the place carrying wheels and tires and toolboxes and carts and bodywork and all kinds of stuff. So when I was done, I really had no way to carry the board. And for me, having wheels in the front and a handle in the back was like my solution. So I kind of created these bumpers to fix the problems that I was having with my daily life and the board. And, it really kind of snowballed into people being like, oh, well, that's cool. Like, I want that on my board. Like, can you make me one? Can you make me one? Can you make me one? So I just started making these bumpers and and then I came on Facebook and was like, hey, here's my bumper. And everyone kind of hit me up and said, I want one. So I was like, okay, I can throw them on my website. That's pretty easy. So that's what I did. And then when I did it, it was just confusing as hell because the way I make them is pretty much custom. Everyone kind of wanted their own feature. Some people didn't want the wheels. Some people didn't want the handle. So I tried to make it, build your board, kind of like Build a Bear type of thing where you can just select options and get your bumpers built. So what I sent you was every option that I offer, wheels in the front, handle in the back. The handle turns into a stand. It kind of retracts back. So when you're done riding, you can stand the board up. That was another thing being at the racetrack. Like you have to park your pit vehicle nicely. It's Moto America is a professional road racing series in America. So everything's got to be done, professionally. So, and that includes parking your pit vehicle. So if I just let the one wheel on the ground, it would roll away. Like not every parking spot's flat. So I had to have a stand for it, and it wasn't something that I could carry. So I needed to build that stand into the board. So that's what I did.
So Ryan, we're showing a picture of the board right now. Actually, Belly, can you go back to what we were showing? I'm sorry, that was my fault. Can you just show them that picture right there? I want you guys to see the handle that he's talking about. On the right side of the board, the back of the board, there is that handle, which then will fold underneath and turn into a stand. It's really neat. But if you'll see, I'm about to talk about it in a video. We'll do my basically my review in a bit. But what I was concerned about, Ryan, is that there is a extension now of my back tail by about 3 inches. And I'm wondering, does that bother, my first thought was, am I going to lose clearance when like curb hopping, for example? If I'm jumping down a curb, is that going to smack and hit? Is that something that people have talked about? Do you worry about the clearance on the back?
Yeah, the clearance is diminished. That is the nature of the beast. And to address that issue, I added those skid plates, which I call them. Basically, it's a custom piece of UHMW, which for those that don't know what that is, that stands for ultra high molecular weight. It's a really slippery type of plastic. It's the same material that they put on the bottom of a snowplow. So it gets drug around the ground all year round, on snowplows, or all winter, I should say, on snowplows. So it was a material that I felt comfortable putting on the back of the board. And that basically allows the back of the board to slide. So when you do have that diminished, clearance in the back, you're not going to catch and just fall off the board. It's going to catch and slide. So yeah, it does diminish that. However, I wasn't jumping curbs at the racetrack when I was using this. So now that I'm not at the track anymore, I've taken it off curbs and to the pump track, and I've used it off-road a bunch. And it actually is really fun to use that diminished clearance, because not only is it diminished, but because it's diminished, it's not so severe and so steep that you can't control it. It's more controllable.
It's almost more controllable. Like, that's why I'm so confused, because at first I felt it hit in places where I wouldn't typically feel it. But then I was like, wait a minute, that made me feel more stable. And it's really, really weird to have something that glides on pavement. You're right. It's like a float plate for your bumper, so that you're not grinding a rail or a curb. You can literally just slam your back foot down and then just coast. And it takes almost like there's
get used to. And
yes, it does.
You got to train yourself for it. But like, just like riding anything new, you got to kind of train yourself. So, I find it extremely fun.
It's really fun, dude.
Not everyone's going to feel the same way. And some people will never try it and always say that they're not going to like it.
It's addictingly fun, and I've never done any buttering. So first, real quick, I want to show a video. Actually, Belly, I'm just throwing him around. Belly is the best thing that ever happened to TTR Studios because of how hard it must be to deal with my ADD. Can we go to the YouTube video of the buttering snowboards? I want to just watch that with the people. All right, let's do that one. So Belly's going to pull that up as he does everything behind the scenes, making it run. I will. I want to show Ryan if we can, and I'm going to have to ask you to just be a little bit quiet here. Because are we back? Mother of God, Belly. As soon as first of all, welcome back, folks. No, it's because we're doing something new, and that's the One Wheel Gods. Where is our statue? Throw him. I want him thrown across the room. Launch him. Hold on. Yeah, throw him. I want him thrown. Throw him somewhere. Throw him. He deserves it. Get him out of here. What an asshole. That asshole's supposed to keep all the demons away, and he does nothing. Nothing makes us more frustrated than when the internet goes out. So thanks for helping us deal with that. All right. We were trying to set up a video. We're going to watch a video together of buttering on a snowboard because I think Ryan's product will help you do some buttering on a one wheel. I don't do any buttering on a snowboard. I didn't even know what it was. Can you tell us what it is before we play this video? What is buttering to you on a snowboard, Ryan?
Dude, I don't snowboard.
Oh, well, you brought it to my attention. But you know what I'm talking about?
But I do know what buttering is. I have a lot of friends that snowboard. You can butter on skis as well. I'm a skier, so you can butter on skis. But what buttering is putting all your weight on the back of the board or the back of the tail of whatever you're riding, let's say, and basically using that to accelerate and control direction. So it's like spreading butter on toast.
Let's watch some video.
It's like using a butter knife and spreading butter on toast. So that's why they call it buttering.
Belly, help me out. Let's put that video up if you can. We'll watch this together. So now, Ryan, if you could just do me a favor and stay quiet until the end of this video. We're going to watch a 2.5-minute video of exactly what his product will now allow you to somewhat do. Imagine if you had his fenders and flight fins. Enjoy this video. Let's just have movie day. 2 minutes of buttering.
Realize they listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I really give it to y'all. Strength is the army that bands against bands of dead presidents, determining life of mankind of cancerous. How we breathe vapors, greed got us bleeding in streets for cheap paper. Assemble the masses, melt the plastic, compound, realign when the shit gets drastic. Lift the veil when the systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket. Combined with the power of Charles Jurassic.
So you guys see how he's really using one edge of his board. He's using one tail at a time. And it's so smooth the way that he's doing it. It's just a lot of fun to watch. And I hope you guys are living through me right now. Or not living through me. I hope you're just like me, living through this guy and really just dying to get on the slopes. I can't wait for snowboard season. Belly, this guy reminds me of Mccosker riding, like how smooth he is.
Is it because his hands are in his pockets?
Yeah, I think it is. Mccosker's got that move down. Bodie's also got that down. Bodie looks smooth AF on a mountain. But these are all examples of buttering. All right, so Belly, if you could bring it back here, please, my friend. Thank you very much. So what I would like to do is, before we get into any more about these things and how you can use them to do what he's doing, Ryan, can you give us a little backstory on you, man? Like, you're a motocross guy, is that right?
No, not motocross, but road racing. That's my most recent passion.
What is road racing? What do you mean? Like cars?
No, motorcycle road racing. So basically, we go out on road tracks like Formula One cars would race around, where you have like a 2.5 mile track with 15 turns. We're the guys that put on full leathers and hop on a crotch rocket and go drag our knees and elbows around. And
I love you guys. I watch that shit on Sunday morning all the time.
Yeah, so like MotoGP, if you ever heard of MotoGP, that's like the Formula One of motorcycle road racing. So in the United States, the highest professional level is called Moto America. It used to be called AMA Superbike, but they changed it to Moto America. So recently, I worked on a Moto America team as a parts developer and as a chassis tech for the new Twins class that they came out with. And our team got second in the championship this year. And so my background stems from motorcycle racing mostly.
Have you ever taken a spill? What's your worst spill? Take us through. You must have, I'm guessing.
It's funny. I have a YouTube clip of it. I forgot to send you guys, but
we can do that. I can make time if you want to just take a second. Well, not now. When we go to break in about 3 minutes, I want you to send me that clip. What? Belly's like, no, I've already got enough to do. Belly, I'm sorry.
Add it to the 1,700 videos I've got to show today.
I mean, it is what it is, Belly. So you know what? You're on the clock. So.
I like this guy. I like him.
So my worst spill, I was doing about 140 miles an hour at a track called Pueblo Motorsports Park. It's southern Colorado. We're going down the straightaway, and the guy in front of me was a little bit slower than me. So I was able to draft him, and I got really close to his rear wheel, and he kind of got in my line, and I hit his rear wheel and came off the bike at 140 miles an hour. And the bike skids down the rest of the track, and I slide down the track behind it. And we'll see a video of it here in a few minutes. It's pretty cool.
Belly, have you ever ridden a motorcycle?
Nope.
Do you have any inclination to?
I've ridden a dirt bike, but not a motorcycle.
Have we been? And you're a skier, not a snowboarder, right?
And I'm a skier, not a snowboarder.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Very good. I've seen 3 motorcycle crashes live in front of me on TV. Not on TV. Like while I'm driving. I've seen it 3 different times. It terrifies me, dude. I used to ride a crotch rocket, just a Ninja 500R, nothing special. Mom and Dad, I hope you're not listening. And,
the last time I rode a bike on the street was 2008, and I actually. I was going down the highway and a UPS truck pulled out in front of me. It was a divided highway, and I was going straight. He tried to cross the highway and didn't see me, and I had to jump off the bike at about 70 miles an hour. And after that, I decided no more street riding. I'm not going to ride on the street anymore. It was just too dangerous, and I decided to start racing, which, believe it or not, is a lot safer than riding on the street.
I call false.
I believe that because it's an organized event.
Well, it's people who are all skilled. You know, on the street, you don't know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
I didn't start racing the next day, obviously. I started participating in what they call track days. So that's where you go to an open track and you go out and ride around for 30 minutes and practice. The reason why I say it's safer is because it's a controlled environment. You're prepared for a crash. You're not unprepared. And if you do crash, there's ambulance standby at the track all the time. Response time is minimal. You don't have UPS trucks crossing across the racetrack in front of you when you're going down the straightaway. So it's just predictable and controlled. So that's why I say it's safer. By no means is going 150 miles an hour safer than doing 65 down the highway, but you don't have to worry about deer and elk and trucks and cars and stupid things happening. So
yeah, and stupid people.
From the Social Media Lounge, coming in strong. Social Media Lounge is piping it, Belly.
There are motorcycles, and then there are super bikes. Huge difference.
My 65-year-old boss rides a bright red Ducati. It's fantastic.
Who's going to teach Terry Peters to snowboard?
Who's going to teach the Peters to snowboard this winter? Very good. Social Media Lounge, thank you for popping off. We love the Social Media Lounge. In this show, remember, we've got a lot of new listeners today. Any comments that come through, as you comment on Facebook Live or as you comment on YouTube, we take those. They should be going all to one place right here. It looks like we're just getting YouTube right now, but on the first show of any, you're working out the kinks. So ideally, they're all going to post one place right there. But that is the Social Media Lounge. I can't tell you how many times we get somebody that says, hey, man, I hear the show all the time, never got to listen live. I really want to see the Social Media Lounge. I want to join. Where do I go? What's the address? And I'm like, it's a chat room. This is like when Michael Scott is driving to the office party and he thinks that the password is password. He thinks he's actually going to a physical place. It's just a chat room. The social media lounge is the chat. It's all of you guys participating with the show. Ryan, can you hang out with us for a little longer? Do you have to go anywhere?
No, I'm good for a few minutes.
All right, send us that video while we're in break. Just send it to me on the Facebook Messenger. We'll do our best to get that up while we take a quick break. We'll be back with you guys all right here from the Voice of Onewheel next. Have you ever wondered to yourself, man, what the fuck am I going to eat today? I got the answer for you right here, folks. It's Marinate Restaurant. You marinateyourlife.com. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go over there. You're going to get yourself some sliders, some bowls, some soups, some tacos, whatever it is, because you know on Tuesdays, those tacos are buy one, get one free. So head over to the Brando store on the corner of Western and Melrose and get yourself some goddamn tacos. Let's go, baby. MarinateYourLife.com. Head over there today for the best food you've never had.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Looch.
Welcome back, folks. It's the Voice of Onewheel here with Luch Dog from TTR Studios. You can call me Luch, L-U-C. Thanks for hanging out with us. Belly Matt LaBelle making things go and keeping us on track. Thank you, thank you. Did he send that on Facebook Messenger? We'll see. We shall see. Ryan Smith is joining us today, so we're excited to have him on the line. And we are hanging out with you guys, both on OWOG and, of course, the YouTube listeners, our OGs themselves. Welcome, folks. Time to have some fun. What is that? Belly, what are you doing over there? Let's see it. Belly's got stuff, and he's going to take over right here real quick.
Good. All right, so what? All I'm doing right now is I got sent a video that we were asked to be sent.
Is this the one from?
Yes.
Oh, do it! Oh my God, yes. Okay, so Ryan, thank you for sending the video. I didn't realize Belly was going to be that fast. Jesus Christ.
I forgot.
Go ahead.
I forgot to mention after I get taken out, I get hit by another rider. And
no.
He hits me probably doing 120 miles an hour, and it was interesting. I was not hurt at all. I got to give a shout out to Scorpion EXO Gear for saving my ass.
Hell yeah.
You guys make fun of me for wearing my suit and helmet in that video where I nosedive, but I'm tired of throwing myself down on the pavement and getting hurt.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
You know what I mean? Like, I only did that because I knew I was going to get hurt. So just like racing and being on the track, you got to wear proper gear. So
well, let's watch this video. I want to see this thing. Let's see him getting taken out completely. I'm very excited here. I'm glad you're okay, and that's why we can now laugh about it. Here it goes. Hit the volume, maybe? Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Is that you in red?
No. So I'm in the middle of the screen up in white.
Oh, there he goes. He's down. Oh, my God.
You may have to play it twice.
Oh, my God. Replay that. Hold on, Ryan. Play by play. And for all you radio, they're mowing. How fast are you going? 150? 120? Oh, now he's down. And somebody just avoids taking him out.
Kicked you.
Dude, did he clip you? I swear he did, Belly.
He kicked him.
He kicked him?
I thought he kicked him.
One more. Did he kick him? Let's go back and see if this asshole kicks Ryan.
He didn't, but he...
Does he try like in Road Rash?
Like a little leg out. It got a little caught.
Here it comes. Does this asshole try to kick him?
He just kind of cuts right in front of him.
Dude, he didn't really try to avoid you that hard. That's scary, man. Wow. Did you break? I mean, you were fine? Ryan, you were fine?
So I'll tell you what happened. So I was following him, and I was planning on making a pass into turn 1 on the outside. He slowed down unexpectedly and went to the inside and just took out my front tire, and there was just nothing that I could do.
Somebody on the social media lounge said you should have ran it out.
Those social media lounge can be cutthroat.
I didn't have training wheels on my bike, so when that happened, I couldn't save it.
Well, let's get to that. So I'm actually interested to see what you think, because I don't want to listen. First of all, I know you're new to this show, but as far as rules for our show go, we're an inclusive bunch, and I don't like talking negatively about anybody in particular. So I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm really not, but you guys aren't stupid, and I don't want you to read more into this than you should. That's why I'm prefacing it this way. I just want to say that I do appreciate your willingness to show video of you riding these things and not treating them like they're insurance. And when I talk about, I'm talking about the wheels, the fangs, basically. I think the reason that a lot of people have gotten against fangs and whatnot is because they haven't seen the person that makes them riding them. And there's been a lot of clamoring for like, hey, well, show us that it works instead of just saying that it works. And look,
well, here's the deal. I'm a total newbie in the one wheel game or whatever. I didn't know what fangs were when I decided to put wheels on my board. I didn't know about this show. This is my first time listening to a live show, right? And I'm on it. So like, that's pretty cool. So like, I've listened to a bunch of your shows, but never live. So, to be honest, I was using the one wheel to take a bunch of tools to the hot pit one day, and the board, I must have moved my foot wrong or something. The board cut out, and it hit hard, and I threw all my tools across the paddock, and I got hurt, and I was embarrassed, and I was late, and I was working, and it was just like this huge, eruption of failure for me, and I was like, I got to solve this problem. So when I was working, I was traveling with one of my printers because I was making parts at the track for people. And overnight, I was like, I designed a bumper and I printed it out and I put wheels on it. And the next day, I was like, I'm never going to fall on my face and lose all my tools again. So that's kind of what started all of this. And
now,
subsequently, the board got damaged. And I was like, well, if I'm going to put a bumper on it, I'm going to put something on it that protects the board and the sides of the board and the deck. And it all just kind of snowballed. And the other thing was I'd have my hands full and I'd stand on the board and I wouldn't know when it was on and the board would fall forward and I would like jump off and fall and I'd be in a hurry. So that's why I added the light ports, because in the middle of the day, I want to be able to see the lights that they're on and know that they're on. Like that's my way of knowing that the board's ready to ride. So all of those together kind of built this idea in this bumper. So I then started practicing riding on the front, because if that was going to happen to me again, like I know from riding motorcycles that you don't go faster and you don't learn by doing the same thing. You got to practice, you got to train, you got to create muscle memory. So I just started riding on the front, practicing in case it ever happened again, so that I was ready.
So I appreciate that, and I want to show a video here, but before we do, Belly, if you could pull up the video that I have on the drive talking about, I want to do my review of him, and we'll do first that. So what I wanted to say real quick is the reason that we are able to be in the OWOG right now at the same time as YouTube. I want to thank Jeremy Gavin from OW Armor. He reached out to us and made that possible. Well, we've talked to him. We actually reached out to him, and he's been very supportive. We've always been supportive of the Cobra Pad. And remember, if you have to choose between buying a lap dance or a Cobra Pad, the choice is simple, folks. Get the Cobra Pad from OW Armor all day, every day. OWArmor.com. Thanks to them. Let's play this video. I'm going to walk you around exactly what it is that he's got, and I just want to show you guys what we're talking about. Here with the Carbon Smith bumpers, these things. Oh boy, it is quite. It's a little bit of a shock at first because they ride so much differently. First of all, I've never had any kind of like fangs or anything, and if you don't like fangs, you don't have to have them on there. You can easily just take those right there. You just unscrew that, and then obviously right there, you can unscrew those wheels and take them off if you don't like it. But what's really cool about this is that these little inserts here, you can see these inserts go into the bumper. And then there's like a silicone coating that goes here over my power button, waterproofing it. And then if I bring it over to the other side, what's really neat is it's got another insert. It's just this that fits into your bumper, but it's just covering your charge port, just like that. And you can actually just leave it here, put your plug your charger in, and then use this to depress the charger in. Just kind of put it back in. So it's really cool that they do that, because that, I mean, pretty much just dust proofing. I don't know if it's technically waterproof, but it definitely helps your board out from any kind of unwanted debris. But in the back is really where I'm starting to freak out about this thing, because look at this. Okay, first of all, you've got a handle, and what I was worried about is, well, that extends my back lip like by 3 inches. So I'm wondering if, you know, clearing curbs is going to be a little bit different, but it's no different than like a one tail plus. If you're used to an extended tail, that's no different. But what's kind of neat about this is this handle folds down, and now it's a stand. So you just, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? So I really like that, and this is what it looks like from underneath. And you'll see there's a mirror coating right here. That's a mirror. And what that's doing is, because it's less wide, it's not as wide as your lights, right? You've got your lights in there. So the mirror actually helps you redirect the lights. And it comes now, like if I were to activate that, hopefully you saw those white, you see that? You can see the lights through the top of your board now, which is really cool. For some reason, I just like the way that that looks. The lights are now, you know, you can see them while you're standing on your board. So now I've got my handle, it's in the back. But what's really neat about this is these guys, these float plate bumper things. Okay, so if you look at it, it's almost like fangs for the back end. There's not wheels, it's just like float plate material here. It's probably a shitty video, my bad. But the reason I wanted to show you guys that is because it makes it really like easy to skid across the pavement. So I'll show you a couple videos of me basically grinding across the pavement. Like, people are starting to do fang drags. I haven't gotten myself to do that yet because it's really hard and counterintuitive. But let me show you guys a quick couple videos of me having some fun slamming my back tail down and letting it catch the pavement. And just like a float plate, it just slides me forward in a way that's basically like buttering on a snowboard. It's super fun, and I'm excited to talk about it. So let's go show you guys a couple of these as I'm getting used to it. So that is just us walking it around. So Ryan, thank you for hanging out with us and just being kind of quiet for that. I know that's kind of hard and probably boring on your end to do. But Ryan, this is just this 30 more seconds. If you can just hang. Are you good? Are you good on time, Ryan?
Good.
Good.
Totally good.
All right. So let's just show a couple of, I want to show the people what I'm talking about, of actually letting the back tail hit and then just dragging. You're basically buttering down the pavement. You're grinding on flat pavement, which is just a weird ass feeling, but it's so addicting and really fun. Go ahead and show them that, Belly. There's a couple of me doing this. You can probably fast forward about 20 seconds. Just click ahead. There's like 3 of them. Yeah. So here it comes. You'll see. I'm going to do this 3 times. First time, not confident at all. But it's scary. And Ryan, maybe you could talk over this. Like, what's the thought process of like allowing your board to do this? Because it's very counterintuitive.
The thought process really is just confidence and repetition. I mean, the thought process is, okay, I'm going to hit, and it's not going to slow down.
That's exactly. That's a perfect way of putting it, because once you are used to any tail hitting the ground, you're used to that stopping you. But watch this. Right. This one's actually fairly decent. And actually, Ryan, if you could hang on, I'm sorry to kind of boss you around here, but you're all good. I want people to hear this third one, because the third one is at least fairly decent. What I did is I went and found a little downhill area of a sidewalk where it kind of depresses into the street. So this was the fairly decent one I got. And again, I'm not good at this. I just have done a day of it. But you can, I mean, that was a good 3.5 feet of just sliding across the ground. And so that is just a lot. I mean, it's nothing special. Like, I'm not a Mccosker, I'm not a Richardson, I'm not a Bode Mode, I'm not a Cecil Diesel, okay? I'm not that interesting to watch. I know that. But Brian, that is why is that so fun for some reason? Now, you've got into the fangs. The fang drags, I can't force the front of my board down for whatever reason. Like, can you give me a tip of how to do it? Because we have the one of you doing it 20 miles an hour. We're going to show the people that one, and boy, is that fun.
Man, the first time I did it, it was a tap. It was a love tap, right? It was like you just kind of fall forward on it and tap the ground. Then I started to realize you got to commit, and it's really about loosening up your back leg and fully leaning on your front leg. And your muscle memory is opposite. It's so counterintuitive to what you've trained your body to do to ride this one wheel that it takes just a lot of practice to commit to it. And what we're finding after doing this is the board just infinitely accelerates. It just keeps on going. So it takes serious commitment. It takes serious commitment to stay on the front and becoming accustomed to going that fast, leaning far forward. You know, and I've tested the fangs out, and I think it's a little bit more challenging just because the angle's a lot steeper, and you actually hit the ground sooner than you would without wheels or without fangs or without anything. So it doesn't launch you at that severe angle.
You're talking about yours now. You're talking about yours.
Right. Yeah. When you hit with the carbon shield wheels, it's not very severe. It's not very steep. And that's why I'm able to kind of manage it the way I can.
This is an interesting thing that he's brought up. So and I know this is also a radio show, people listen to the podcast and they can't see, but if you or your board, when it's off, is just sitting there at, let's just say, do you know the degree? What is the degree? 28 degrees or something?
22, 23.
So let's say it's sitting at 23 degrees without anything on it. Once you put his carbon bumpers on, it levels it out to maybe now about 18 to 19 degrees. And so what that means is, first of all, getting on it to level is so much more subtle. So, I mean, for new riders, I think this would absolutely be great. I would definitely feel better like putting my kid on this. I got a new lady friend, Float Queens. First of all, ding, 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 news alert, Float Queens. We got possibly a new rider coming to you guys. I'm talking to, can I just take 2 seconds to say I'm very, very excited. Belly, I'm very excited. She's awesome. Belly, she's awesome. Yeah, I'm smitten. Oh, wait a minute. Pull it out. Cupid's arrow. Ah! I'm smitten, guys. I'm into this girl. I'm gonna get her to ride. I promise. I'm gonna do everything I can. I already showed her the weekly one wheel challenges. She's in it. She's pumped to see what Chris Richardson's got for us this week. What is happening in the social media lounge? What are you laughing at? Look at Belly right now. What are you cracking up?
My own personal joy.
I'm really excited. Listen, man. I'm really excited to find somebody that I can float with. The last girl I dated was really against scooters and floating and stuff, and I was like, well, I don't know how to feel about that.
You do know how to feel about that.
Doesn't mean they're a bad person. It's just I need to find somebody that floats. Back to him. All right, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry. Listen, man. You got to know a little bit of backstory about who you're talking to. I will get you out of here, my friend. But I just wanted to say thank you for doing this, and let's talk about where people can find this. And before we do that, I just want to finish that thought. Kids, new riders. Like I would feel very good putting my new lady friend on this, having her try it out, because of if she were to nosedive or if she were to do anything, instead of being from more of an aggressive angle and then smacking or being like it would hit like that, it's really only going to go that far down. And a lot of you more, Belly's mic's off. Sorry, guys. A lot of you guys are probably saying, well, I don't want that. I want more clearance. And I thought that too, but I'm having a lot of fun because anytime anything catches, it continues to go. It's like an extension of your board. It doesn't stop you. I've also found that with curb nudges, it's a little bit more helpful because these little wheels on the front do help you get up the edge. They kind of catch and they go with it. So I'm not a fang rider. I've never ridden on fangs. I've never even had my front hit and have the wheels take off. I've never done that before. But I will say that it looks, watching you guys do fang drags, it looks like a lot of fun, man. Like, do you feel that this is safer for riders? Now, I don't want, because the one thing that I don't like about Fangs or any of this wheels on the front kind of thing, Ryan, I don't like when people take it and say, okay, you're safe now. You're never going to fall. You've got insurance. You've got wheels on the front. Now you can ride it and not have to worry about it. That is not the case, folks. I'll say it to Ryan's face. I'll say it if anybody else who makes Fangs or whatever these wheels, they're not insurance. Am I right?
No, absolutely. And I treat it the same way I treated going from street riding to track riding, is that you're more prepared. And if you don't practice, you're always going to fall and get hurt. So, they're there if you want them. And you can take them out if you don't want them as well. And if you want the protection and you don't want the wheels, I can print you a set of bumpers without the wheels that just have protection.
And you can also make it without the handle in the back, right? You can basically customize it however you want.
Yeah, that was the idea with the initial launch of the product on the website, was that you would select an option to create the bumper how you wanted, but that was just too many options. It was too confusing for everyone. So now what we're doing is we're making independent products on the page, so you can pick and choose exactly the bumper that you want. It's just taken us some time to get all the products together and put up there. So if you guys really want something, you want it in a hurry, send me an email, and we'll get a custom quote sent out to you.
I love it. Okay, so first of all, I want to show some videos real quick before we let you go. I know we got to get you out of here. Belly's got a lot of things to show people. Now, I've got a couple 10-second videos, but this is his website. It is carbonsmith.com. Is it Carbon-Smith?
Carbon-Smith.
Yeah,
Carbon-Smith.com. And you can find all that he does right there. Again, that's carbon-smith.com. And while we pull up some of those videos, I would like to just let you know that the Carbon Shield transforms your one wheel by adding safety, convenience, and the innovation to enhance your riding experience. And if you'd like to check it out, of course, just visit carbon-smith.com. That's carbon-smith.com. Let's go ahead and show, if we can. Look at this video now. This crazy asshole. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Ryan. 20 miles an hour on a Fang drag. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So here he goes.
No,
He's going. Are you lifting your? Go ahead.
I'm not taking credit for this. No, this was not me.
Oh, it's not you. Okay.
This was my board, my leathers, set of leathers, and my helmet. But this was a crash dummy riding this one.
If that truck pulled out any earlier, we're just looking at disaster. Let's just watch this again. So basically, he's lifting up the tail of his board to get.
He's holding on to the handle.
Yeah.
He's grabbing onto the handle and just going full out nose drag.
That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat, man.
Yep.
So this is like the new. This should be the new drag race, like how they line up in the Olympics where they stage. Right? You like get down, you stage, you got to grab the rear of the board and you just go full on. Because honestly, it's safer when you wreck at 20 miles an hour if you're only a foot off the ground than if you're standing up. And obviously, if you're wearing full protection, you're going to save your skin. So I don't recommend trying this without full protection. So
we're just watching your videos right now. You are wheels down in the dirt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We've got another one, wheels down. What is this? This is going to be in the grass at night, slow motion. Love slow motion vid. But you can see how bright his lights are because of the mirror coating. You're right, that's why you did it, right? To make sure that it's not only coming up towards you, you can see them through the two top lights, but also so that it's just as bright, if not brighter, of a range of light so that you don't lose any lumens, right?
Yeah, that was kind of the idea with shooting that at night, is you kind of see how bright it is, because we are blocking a little bit of the path of the light to transfer it up top. So we wanted to make it as bright as possible. So throwing a mirror on there is exactly, what we found worked the best. So that's what we did.
Man, I really appreciate you doing this. Thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Shaun Smith, and he is killing it. Crushing it. It's been a blast, dude. Thank you so much. I know you're making stuff. You've got basically a 3D printing lab in your midst. So if you guys need anything, please hit him up. What do you want to leave the people with, Ryan? Go ahead and sign off for us.
Just thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys letting me explain my products, and hope you guys check out my website and keep on shredding.
Carbon-Smith.com. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. He is Shaun Smith. Thank you, Ryan. Give him a round of applause in the social media lounge. He did a wonderful job. We'll have you guys all back with a official Float Life exclusive edit dropped only on the Voice of Onewheel next.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow cook delicious melodies of tastes and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Western. Stop by today, or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com.
Yay for Taco Tuesday! Don't forget, buy one, get one free. All damn day!
Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
Welcome back, folks. Thanks again to Ryan Shaun Smith. Carbon-smith.com, again, is where you can find all that he does. I'm telling you guys right now, it's confusing. At first, you're going to ride a little bit differently, and you're going to be like, what is going on right now? And you're going to realize that it's really, really fun and exciting to do. Now, first off, fun things happening. We have talked to a couple people, but we have to figure out how to do this the right way. So really last minute, we talked to Mr. Mccosker over there at The Float Life. And you can check him out, just The Float Life on YouTube, or thefloat.life is his website. They have a brand new Kolo Bike Park edit coming out soon. We were going to exclusively drop that on there on our show, but it looks like the privacy settings are not allowing us to do that. So Mccosker, if you're listening, for some reason, the link that you sent is not allowing us to... Belly, what's it saying?
Just not coming up, bro.
Yeah, it's just not coming up. We're just getting those 3 dots. So I think it's because it's private. We'll figure out a way to do that, but we want to thank him for allowing us to do some exclusive drops right here on the Voice of Onewheel, and then they'll, of course, put it on their page, too. But that's just another layer of what we're doing here and all of the inclusive things that the vendors are doing with us and the other people, like I know Bradley Michael Spence with Shred.com. Really excited for what he's putting together. We're going to be a part of that as well. With our show broadcast right there from the website. Make sure you're checking out what he's doing over there, shred.com. Belly, it's really cool. He's creating an online marketplace for all things Onewheel to be found, sold, and experienced.
Yeah, that's going to be a great addition to the community, kind of bring it all. We've always tried to bring the community together,
well, Belly,
right? So that's the goal.
There's only what? There's like 30,000 boards that are out in the world, ish, right?
According to the new hit song, This Is How We Float. This is how we float, and it's 1 million, but, you know.
But there's only how many people on the Facebook groups? 8,000, 10,000? So you're only talking to a third of the people.
Yeah.
Like 20,000 people out there have no idea that these Facebook groups exist, and that's probably why when you get into OWOG, 9 times out of 10, the first thing people do is ask questions that have already been asked before because they're not used to groups or search functions. They're just new to all of this in general. Let me be honest with you. Owners Group was the first group on Facebook I've ever joined in my life. Like, I wasn't I'm not into Facebook groups. And a lot of people out there who ride are not, like, think about one-wheel riders. You're talking about, like, crunchy dudes and chicks that are, like, all about nature and hiking and, like, smoking weed and, you know, no, they're not the type of people that are going to be like, oh, well, let me search out a Facebook group and sign in and like, oh, man. So while we think that we're talking to everybody by posting in these groups, we're probably talking to a third of these people. God bless America. Jeff Mccosker, you know what? We'll end with it. We'll just end today's show.
This is going to be the ender?
That'll be the ender.
Got it.
We'll sign off, and then we will just drop an exclusive edit. Did he just fix it?
He just fixed it for us. He's a beast. We know this.
Jeff Mccosker, thanks, bud. So we'll drop an exclusive edit here for you guys. And then, of course, go over to The Float Life on YouTube and check them out. He'll put it there, too. But thanks for him doing that. Weekly one-wheel challenges. What's going on there, Belly?
Weekly one-wheel challenges.
Pumped up. We're going to start doing every
2 weeks, bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Chris Richardson's going to be jumping in, sending us some stuff.
He already sent it. This kid, I asked him before. It's not ready yet. I have to edit it. But the raw footage has been sent. So we will be doing mounting mounting will be your challenge. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, keep your head out of the gutter. Although that could actually be a funny submission if you found an appropriate way to do that. If you know where I'm going on this, mounting is what we will be challenging you to do. So check out the weekly One Wheel Challenges group on Facebook. And that's where we drop these. We'll drop them every other week. I think it's better to have 2 weeks for people to have a chance to go out, film them. No, first of all, practice it, then go out and film themselves doing it, and then have some time to edit it, because a lot of people don't like editing, man.
No.
I mean, they don't like, and I think that's distracting people from participating. So it's blowing up by the week. We've got like 350 people in there right now. Chris just sent me his not only his explanation of what we're going to be doing this week with all the rules and what you can expect, but he's also sent us a couple of options so that we can see some ideas, but then I want you guys to take it and make it your own. So we're going to give you 4 or 5 ideas, but really the only rules are going to be you have to mount it some way creatively and then engage the board and roll off. However you want to do that. Last week we had Lainey win it with her dismounting challenge. It was awesome.
It was all style, 100%.
Can you explain it? Just
Lainey was basically just doing it for the float queens, of course, and then basically
this is for you, float queens.
Dropped a cartwheel into a dance move with the in-between helmet toss.
Yeah, and then she took the leaves and she was making it rain with the leaves.
Yep.
So that's what I'm talking about. We want to see swag. We want to see you have fun on your one wheel. We want to see you trying new things, and the whole point of this is to, while you're having fun, appeal to your competitive sense and also get you better at riding skills that you didn't realize you might not have yet. You know, if we all just stick to the way that we ride, then we're not going to get pulled out of our comfort zone. That's the best thing about riding with other people. I'll never forget when it was Race for the Rails and I sat there watching all you guys compete, and I couldn't do it because I work on the weekends as a wedding DJ, and I'm like, man, I wish I was there. I wish I could set up something where we could all compete, but online. That's why we do these challenges. That's kind of what we're looking for there. What is going on in the social media lounge belly?
Mounting the one wheel? Question mark. Just checking.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Keep your heads out of the gutter, but like almost kind of like keep them in there because I feel like that'd be funny. No nudity, but really, honestly, all no holds bar. All rules are out the window.
Burt Reynolds.
Jump on it. Roll up with one, jump onto another. All you have to do is engage a one wheel from mounting it somehow and ride off. So if there's a female friend that you want to enjoy adding to this, you want to make it a duet somehow, I don't know. You guys by far surpass my expectations every week with your creativity. So I can't wait to see what you do. Chris Richardson's edit on the weekly one wheel groups will come out tomorrow, dropping your weekly challenge.
So before we get going today, I just wanted to give a shout out to the Luch. He's been a very nice roommate to me this week because I can barely walk right now.
I feel for you, man.
So he's got me a few things from the store. He's definitely helped me out. Thank God for the TP you got me. It's otherwise I'd be using my hand in the room and things would get messy in there. And I appreciate it, but also he did a lot of the setup today. Hopefully we can figure out this chat so we can get everything going for you, but it's already looking real good on the screen.
I appreciate it, man. I really want, dude, you and I together are a force that is unstoppable, and I'm telling you, man, look how good that looks. I love the way that chat looks now. It's so much more legible. Like, I couldn't read it when it was the YouTube chat on there. And if you're wondering why we have a chat that already you can already see, it's because it's supposed to be integrating all of them. So I'll go back and do some more research on that. I want to thank Copy for helping us figure out how to set up schedules for the live streaming, because that will allow you guys to get reminders. But remember, this is the Voice of Onewheel. It's a cross between it's basically you're watching a radio show take place. And a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, wait a minute, why are you treating it like a radio show? Because the podcast gets way more views and listens. This is a podcast show that you're watching.
Because I have a face for TV.
We both do. Let's be honest here. Okay? We're not that guy. We're not that guy. Okay? He's got a face for TV.
Yeah. He's a
show
star.
Him.
He's a star.
Just show him. He's got a face for TV. We've got a face for radio.
Speak for yourself.
Look at this nose. Look at this thing. It's a face for radio. But we want you guys to be able to see what we're doing and have input and chime in on the social media lounge. And we give away prizes, and we give away not only cash prizes, but of course products too. So anybody, if you would like to join us on the Voice of Onewheel, I know we've got a lot of new listeners today. If you would like to join us, feel free. Just reach out to me, please. My name is Adam Carluccio on Facebook. Feel free to reach out. We're very inclusive. We do not turn people down. Just let us know if you're interested in joining us on the show. And thanks again to Jonathan Stock and Jeremy Gavin for doing a lot of behind-the-scenes work for not only this week, but moving forward. We've got a lot of stuff going. So, wonderful job so far. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to go. You're right, Lainey was awesome. And that mustache, though. I know, Bodie, that mustache. So sick. It's so sick. Belly, we got to go. Are we ready for this? You want to drop the Float Life edit exclusively from the Voice of Onewheel?
We're doing it right now.
Can we have tacos in the lounge next week? Let me talk to Marinade. I'll see what I can do. You know what? You're damn right we can. Anything for you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I want to say goodbye, so I will hopefully hit the right one. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a blast. We'll see you guys next week. Actually, we'll see you tomorrow on Luch Dog in the morning. Enjoy an exclusive edit. And again, thanks to the Float Life.
In the dirty South, fighting gators and tigers and lions and zebras and slaying one-wheel tricks like this one right here.
Oh, Raquel, Float Queen, killing it.
Yeah, I taught her everything she knows. But yeah, we just got done killing like all these endangered species, so we're pretty hyped up, planning all these tricks, and it's just starting to get lit, and we're starting to get learned. I got it. My balls.
Damn, I want to ride there.
Sister sits on the steps, cigarette rests on fingertips, takes a sip of slow death, deftly through her lips, she blows a kiss, which I can only resist in vain. She got the gift of gravity, pulling to ask her name. She says Sagaba. What's it mean? She says in Ilocano, it translates into suffering. I'm pondering the irony to conjure up the fearlessness to find a conversation. She offers me a square, I decline the invitation. It reminds me of the days when I would chain smoke, broken with no hope, broken like the manner she spoke. We both, two people seeking solace in remembrance and wondering if miracles were meant for us. But intent was just an innocent thought between a sister and a brother who've been building in the guidance of a mother. And the storyteller stops, waiting for the beat to drop, gathering his thoughts in the wind, breathing in like... will never become today. I say I used to know a woman just like you, beautiful but jaded, men who often try to justify the lies with twisted notions of survival and hide behind karma. When karma completes a cycle, she replies that just because I knew a woman well, it doesn't mean I know them all. She begins to paint farewell, eyes up to the sky, she sighs, I need nobody. True indeed, sister, but you still need everybody, because we hardly know ourselves if we know nobody else. And only in our loneliness can home become a hell. Exhale the cloud in the loudest form of silence, watches as it rises like suns over horizons. The storyteller stops, waiting for the beat to drop, gathering his thoughts in the cloud, breathing out like...
That's it, folks. That does it for us, man. Thank you again to Jeff Mccosker, Raquel Mccosker. Raquel's coming on. Raquel, I'm coming after you. I need you on the show representing the Float Queens. I don't know why it's taken us so long to have you on, but thanks again to everybody at The Float Life. Check them out on YouTube at The Float Life. And again, all that they make is at thefloat.life. And I want you guys to make sure you check out what they are doing. I've got to tell you about Troy Hendrick, a.k.a. Once Year, and Hendrick and Henry Law in Floatlanta, Georgia. They're fighting for the rights of one-wheelers, e-skaters, bicyclists, and all personal transportation devices. So if you've been injured or if you're fighting the law from a citation or arrest, hit up www.hendrickhenrylaw.com. That's www.hendrickhenrylaw.com or message Once Year on Facebook. Thanks again to Jeremy Gavin for getting us on the OWOG group and Jonathan Stock for being all kinds of behind the scenes for us. Ryan, Shaun Smith, everybody here at TTR Studios, Belly Matt LaBelle, and your boy Luch Dog. We are out! See you tomorrow, Luch Dog in the morning. Peace, guys.